Good afternoon. Let me just make sure that I'm live. It looks like I am. Good afternoon. Whoops, need to mute the computer. Okay, that should be better. Sorry about that. A little feedback. So good afternoon. Carol Buckalew with Inky Bee Stampers. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you're joining me today, thanks so much. I have a pretty little card that I thought, actually I saw this on the Demonstrator Facebook page, and so this is a case of a card made by Gail Ellis with Blue Rose Paper Treasures. My card is, I changed things up just slightly. But I thought that the black and white and crumb cake was just stunning. And I really wanted to share it with you today. So I have done a little bit of pre-stamping and pre-die cutting. But I do have a bit more stamping that I want to share with you. Hi, Rosie. Thanks so much for joining. The products I'm using today are the Irresistible Blooms. Hi, Faith. Thank you for joining. The Irresistible Blooms dies. And I'm going to be using the mask from the Loveliest Layers Decorative Masks. And as you can see on my card front, you know, that's how I created the background, these little bars in crumb cake. So to do, to get the nice crisp black lines, I pulled out my Stamparatus. Especially if you're using Memento ink, the Stamparatus helps you get really nice dark images. Because you can, hey Karen, thanks for joining. Because you can, you know, hold your cardstock in place, stamp the images, and you can repeatedly stamp them. So very useful. The Stamparatus also has, and of course it's not going to cooperate here for me. There we go. So it has removable plates as well. So if you needed to reposition the plate, you can do that. Now, the stamps that I'm using from this set are rubber stamps, as you can see, red rubber. And so when you're using red rubber stamps in your Stamparatus, hey Mary, thanks so much for joining. There is this foam mat that actually sits inside. You want to remove this when you're stamping on red rubber, just as an FYI. And I am going to just pop my stamp case under this this little window here just to support it. And I'll go ahead and ink up my stamps here. And I just re-inked this Memento, but it still wasn't giving me the nice dark image that I wanted for my card. And so that's why I pulled out the Stamparatus. And I'm just going to give it a nice rub here. And yeah, you may not be able to see it, but I need to ring just a little bit more here on this top corner. Might as well just do the whole thing. And again, I'm just, I did do some pre-stamping and pre-die cutting just so you wouldn't need to see me stamp all of this stuff. Let's see how that did. Much better. So the second time around, the second stamping gave me that nice dark image I was looking for. So that's perfect. Another little warning here with the Stamparatus, not a warning, but these magnets are extremely strong. And you want to keep the magnets away from each other. If they slam into each other, they can break. You just heard how it grabbed the surface here, the Stamparatus. Let me just clean these stamps off real quick here. I don't want to put this down on my, there we go. Okay. And so I really just wanted to show you how you would use the Stamparatus to get that nice dark image for the card. Let me put this away. Alrighty. So I bring my sample back here. We're going to do a little bit of ink blending on the card. And I have ink blended the centers of these flowers. And just make sure that they're nice and dry, since we've got such dark ink on here. Let me grab a scrap piece of paper. But to create the card, I'm just grabbing some crumb cake ink and just blending that on the centers of the flowers, just to get a little bit of color. And then what I did was, and I only did this for the flowers on the front of the card, but I took the dark shade of a crumb cake Stampin' blend, and I colored in and darkened kind of these little, let me hold this up, the little oval kind of shapes in the center of the petals. That's the only area I'm darkening with the Stampin' blend, and it just provides a little bit more drama to the card, I guess you'd say. And just get the centers of these. Not super fussy. And I just went outside the lines. Good thing these flowers aren't going on my card front. But essentially, just giving these flowers a little bit of color. And then I went ahead and used the Irresistible dies to die cut these. I did pre-cut these, so bear with me here just a second. I'm going to grab some additional pieces for my card while I've got this ink out. So this is my inside panel, and I'm just going to give this a little bit of color. Doesn't need to be completely colored in, just a hint. And then my envelope front, get that situated. We actually have sunshine today, which is really, really nice because it has been so gloomy and rainy. It's been crazy. Let me set this out of the way. All right, so that, I've got that taken care of. Let me think here. I'm feeling a little disorganized today. I'm not sure why. I'm going to bring back my Memento ink. Hey, Amy, thanks so much for joining. I know sunshine, we need that sunshine every once in a while. So this is the smallest little leaf set in the Irresistible Blooms stamp set. And I'm just going to add a little sprig here on our envelope front. And because I did not use any DSP on this card, I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this single little image of the leaves on my envelope flap. And I thought that was so sweet and so cute. There we go. Put this over here. And let me stamp a leaf here on this little flower on our inside panel. Okay, and I can put that Memento ink away. All done with that, I believe. And I'm going to keep my crumb cake out because I am going to do a little bit of masking and ink blending here on a panel using the mask that I just showed you. Let me get that out. So again, this is the Loveliest Layers Decorative Mask, and I'm using the mask from this set that has the little 3 bars. I've got my scrap paper here, and I have some 1-inch Post-it tape, and I love Post-it tape because it doesn't, you don't risk tearing your paper when you remove it. And I'm just going to tape down the corners here. Oh, you had storms yesterday. Yeah, I bet you're tired of rain for sure, where you are, Faith. And then I can see my card panel through here. I want to make sure I kind of position this. I may have to move that Post-it tape. Looks like it's going to be in the way there. But you'll see what I mean here. You can easily pick it up. Maybe I'll just have the one corner taped. Yeah, it's not interfering there. Bear with me. Let me get this lined up. So that it's even. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to use a few more pieces of this tape just to make sure that my mask doesn't slip on me. I love this Post-it tape. This is great stuff. Great tool to have. It's easy to tear. I use it to hold my dies down when I'm die cutting. So just a great all-around thing to have in your stash. And so I'm not looking for dark blending on my panel for my background. I just want to get some color on there. And these masks are washable. So once you're done, you know, just rinse it under water and dry it off, and you're good to go for next time. And almost done here. I've had this song stuck in my head all morning. It's a song that I've heard Ed Sheeran sing. And what's it called? Wild Mountain Time. And I think it's an old, like, Irish folk song. And so I was thinking of the song, and I pulled the video up to watch it. Now I can't get the song out of my head. Okay, so we are all done with our mask, and that is the panel that will go onto our card front. And I'm just going to get rid of this, and I can get rid of my scrap paper, I think. And let me go ahead and I've got a basic black mat. Oh, hey, Rosie, you think Mary might start singing? She may not know the song. You'll have to watch Ed Sheeran's video on YouTube singing Wild Mountain Time. It's a pretty song. It's not a very long song. I'd sing it for you, except my vocal cords are shot. They really are. And that's probably from singing with not having any voice training, and I've damaged my vocal cords. I used to be able to hit high notes, and I can't anymore. Okay, I'm just matting up this panel, and we can go ahead and put it, oh, no we can't, no we can't. Got one more thing to do. I am going to eyeball this, but I have a 5/8 inch by, I think, 5 1/8, yes, 5 1/8 by 5/8 strip of basic black, and I am going to eyeball this and glue this to the front of my card around the center. I'm going to use those bars to help me. And let me get this glued on. You'll just make up words. You can look the lyrics up, Mary. It really is a pretty song. You should check it out. You know, Mary's Stampin' Up group is called the, you know, Critters and Creating Crew. But Mary, if you're not careful, you know, you might get a new nickname for your group. Be the Singing Demos or something like that. Okay. What? It's too easy to look up the words. And I have some natural finish ribbon here, and oh, you guys crack me up. And I'm gonna cut about, oh, this is not the ribbon I want. Bear with me. Wrong ribbon. Totally not the ribbon. Okay, now I got the right ribbon. I want the Real Red and Burlap ribbon combo pack. And I'm going to get the burlap ribbon out. I was using that other ribbon for a card recently, and I guess that's why I had it out. I'm going to cut, I think, about 6.5, 7 inches. Find my scissors here. Of the burlap ribbon, and this ribbon is so pretty. It's got a pretty stitching on the outside edges. So you kind of want to pay attention to what the right side is on this ribbon. So this is the right side. I'm going to just flip that over, and I'm going to grab some tear and tape, and I'm just going to put some tear and tape here on the edges, or on the ends of the ribbon. Make sure I'm putting it on the back side. There we go. Push that down so it makes good contact. No, you don't have to sing. I can't sing anymore, Faith. No, it's not a requirement. I don't think. I'll leave that up to Mary. All right. I'm just going to grab my tweezers here so I can release the backing on the tear and tape, hopefully. There we go. Get the other end. And I'm just going to put this ribbon across that black strip that I just applied. Come on. See, it wants to release the whole thing. I hate when it does that. There we go. I've got house finches in our bird feeder outside my window here, and they're chirping. They're so sweet. All right, I'm just going to hopefully get this on evenly and wrap that one end around, and then grab, oh, it grabbed for me. Good, that was helpful. And just wrap that other end around to the back, and then I can go ahead and adhere this panel to a crumb cake card base, the Creatin' and Singing Crew. There you go, Rosie. I always like to put a little glue over the back of the ribbon, on the back of the panel, just for extra security. And let me see if I can, first of all, make sure I'm putting this on the right way. And I've got liquid glue, which gives me just a smidgen of time to make sure that everything is lined up. And I'm looking for, you know, the equal reveal around my card edge here. Just give that a good press down and give it a second. All right, there we go. And since I did go ahead and pre-stamp this, we'll go ahead and get the inside panel matted up and on the inside of the card. Yeah, isn't it a pretty color combination? When I saw Gail's card, I just fell in love with it. I thought, oh, how pretty. So I really wanted to share it with you all. Okay, there we go. And we can get this on the inside of our card. And then we can decorate the front and, yeah, be done. So it's an exciting day today in the Stampin' Up! World. The retirement list will be coming out this afternoon, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which I think is 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and which means that the Last Chance products list will also be coming out. And that's in preparation for the new catalog that will be released to customers at the beginning of May. So that is super exciting. Looking forward to that. Can't wait to see the new catalog too. All right, I did, you know, I did all of my stamping in the Stamparatus earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and mount up my sentiment label onto a basic black mat. Hey, that was my boo-boo. I had a little blip there. So good thing about paper, 2 sides. Just make sure you're gluing up the correct side. And we'll get this on its mat. That mat looks like it might be slightly oversized, but it'll work. It'll be fine. Okay, we are doing good here. Let me just refer to my sample card. So I'm going to first adhere the sentiment label about 1 inch from the card edge, roughly, right about there. And let me grab my little flowers that I have already pre-cut, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that's where I need it, and have this little flower pointing down, and this one will be pointing up. So right about, just trying to get an idea of where to put this. Okay, right about there. Let me get some Stampin' Dimensionals. I just had a dog flop down at my feet. They were just outside playing. They're quite demanding. They keep us quite busy. No, I might have gotten that dimensional a little too close. I should be using black dimensionals. I didn't think to pull them out. Move that one down slightly. But I do want to keep my dimensionals here on the edges so that it won't interfere with the ribbon that I have down. And my dimensionals want to stick to their backing. It's quite annoying. Ugh. The whole backing wants to come up with the dimensional. There we go. Not quite sure if it's like heat exposure that causes that or what, but it's annoying when it happens. Okay, get these dimensional covers off. And I want to put it right about there. My bars are going to help me line that sentiment up. Maybe. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then I did die cut 3 of the kind of ornate open leaves from the Irresistible Bloom set. And I'm just trying to see what side is up there. And I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, kind of dry fit these. Again, I didn't test it with the leaves, and I should have, just to see where I need to put them. And it's okay if they're hanging over the edge a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put these leaves down. Whoops, try and pick them up. See, I'm not quite as talented as some people with these tweezers, but I want to go ahead and glue these down first, and the flower will get adhered with the combination of liquid glue and Stampin' Dimensionals. And that's going to be good. Okay. If it'll stick. Stick, stick, stick. There we go. Okay. let me put this little flower down first. And where's my dimensionals? There we go. So I'm kind of using my tweezers as my guideline of where I need to put my dimensionals. Just get a couple on there. There we go. Yeah, so Stampin' Up, in addition to the new catalog coming out at the beginning of May for customer orders, Stampin' Up is also doing a refresh of their colors. And so if you have any favorite colors, it's best to stock up now. I think that some things are already on low inventory. So you definitely want to, you know, grab what you need now, and make sure that that you have what you want in your stash. Gonna go ahead and just get a couple of dimensionals. I forgot to glue that down, but you know, honestly, I think it's going to be just fine. It's supported there by the sentiment label. And this one I need to put, I've got one there. I'm just trying to see where I need additional dimensionals. I need one over here. Yeah, so if you need, you know, cardstock, you have favorite colors of cardstock, ink pads, re-inkers, Stampin' blends, Stampin' Write markers, whatever the case may be, you might want to consider stocking up on any colors you can't live without, you know, before they're gone, essentially. Okay, and we've got one more little leaf to adhere onto our card. Just turn him around the right way. And basically that's it. You know, not a hard card to put together. Stamparatus definitely makes it easy. Just going to lift my little flower up here. And I think, trying to decide where best to place that. I think I'm going to put it right there. And just give it a hold for a brief second. All right, and the very last thing that I want to add to the card is are some matte black dots. And this was a little hard to photograph. The soft succulent blending pens are already sold out. Yeah. Soft succulent and evening evergreen were definitely very popular colors. Beautiful colors together. And I'm really hoping they get carried over, but I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Demonstrators, you know, we're not privy to what colors are staying and what are going. We have kind of had a hint on two colors that I guess are being revived, that are older colors that are coming back. And that was before my time with Stampin' Up. Pretty Peacock, I know, was one of them, and I can't remember the other. Yeah, everybody needs a Stamparatus, Mary, for sure. Because they definitely make easy work of, you know, when you need a nice crisp line, they definitely make easy work of that. So I've just added 3 of the matte black dots to the centers of the flowers. This doesn't photograph well, but in person, it's really sharp. You can see them well. And I'm going to grab one of the large ones and just pop it over here in the corner, right about there. And that completes the card, and I'm actually on time today. I actually did this card in 30 minutes. So yeah, in about 31 minutes via the Demonstrator Planning page, Facebook page, demonstrators will get to see what's what. So that's very exciting. Yeah, can't wait. All right, so another reason why I wanted to make sure I got done on time today. I don't want to hold anybody up. So my 2 cards, black, white, and crumb cake make for a stunning combination for sure. And again, thanks to Gail Ellis for the idea. I did change my card up a little bit, you know, for the video today, but just stunning, I think. Evening evergreen and polished pink to stay, please. Yeah, me too, Faith, me too. Those are also, yeah, beautiful colors. I like all the colors, really. Well, maybe not all. I'm not really thrilled with Pacific Point or Tahitian Tide. The other blues I like, what is it? Night of Navy, that can't ever go away. Can't ever go away. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate your support. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it. And I will see you all next week, 1 p.m. Eastern, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.